everybody? I am Jay Shady and you're listening to The Voice of Reason. So tonight's show was so-so at best, below average, not so good. A lot of problems. You see, the first hour of the show was very good, very entertaining, just good segment after good segment. Really had some good energy going, but after the first hour, just went flat, went dead, couldn't keep up and never got going again, unfortunately. A lot of filler bullshit, a lot of boring shit, a lot of bad booking decisions that just kind of took me out of the show. So let's go into it. It opens up with Dan Bryan. He returns to Raw. Last week he missed Raw because he was on his honeymoon with Brie Bella, but he was there tonight. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard that, I don't know if it happened today or over the weekend, but Dan Bryan's father passed away. So very emotional seeing Dan Bryan come out, all the fans giving him a bunch of praise, chanting yes. Dan Bryan coming out, holding back tears, you know, trying to be cool, trying to be calm. Brie Bella was in the ring there to console him and lighten the mood for him a little bit, be there for him. So it was nice seeing that. Then Stephanie McMahon comes out, you know, congratulates them, but you could tell she had an agenda behind it, a motive behind it. She didn't actually offer genuine congratulations. And we get the announcement that I've been dreading, and I'm sure a lot of you have been dreading, since we knew we were getting the Shield versus Evolution at Extreme Rules. You know, I was real worried. I'm sure a lot of you were real worried, and it looks like this is what it's going to be. Daniel Bryan versus Kane. You know, what a shitty fucking way to start off a title reign, really. Your first big title defense at a pay-per-view is against Kane. You know, this is really worrying me. This is a big fucking problem because you have Daniel Bryan here, who was given this fantastic moment at WrestleMania. You know, standing tall, finally overcoming the Authority. And this is a point of concern here that they choose for his first title defense to be against Kane, an over-the-hill fucking bum, you know? Just a guy that has no talent anymore. He hasn't been anywhere to the caliber of what he was 15 years ago. And this is the best they come up with. This is what they think, you know, a Dan Bryan title reign should go up against. This is how they view it. That really concerns me. And, you know, I'm really worried. You know, maybe this is just, you know, once, but if they keep up with having him have feuds with people of the likes of Kane, this is a very worrisome and, you know, concerning title reign. It really is. I really hope it's not just about the WrestleMania 30 moment and they actually try to give him some good stuff moving forward, but this is not a good way to start it off. Kane comes out with his mask on like we're supposed to give a shit that he has his mask on again for the umpteenth time, and gives Dan Bryan 3 tombstones, and they take Dan Bryan away on a stretcher. But, you know, not looking forward to this match whatsoever. We've seen this match before. There's just no story to this match. You know, there's nothing going into this match that makes me say I want to see this. Kane is over the hill. He's done. He is a bum. Just let him go, you know? Just let him... I don't even want to see him in a backstage role because the guy is one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my fucking life. You know, just give him a Hall of Fame, you know, put him in as a legend, Hall of Fame. Maybe he could do a pre-show every now and then, but he should not still be fucking wrestling. Especially against, you know, the top guy, even though, of course, Dan Bryan isn't the top guy, but he is the champion. Against the champion, Kane should not be getting fucking title shots. And this is what I worry about is that, you know, now that Evolution is back, I just am worried that Evolution and Shield is overshadowing, you know, Daniel Bryan being champion. And let's just look back to CM Punk's title reign, 434-day meaningless title reign, where everything else was overshadowing, you know, all the other feuds were overshadowing what CM Punk was doing. So, you know, you have Extreme Rules. The Shield and Evolution is being, you know, given a lot more attention booking-wise than Dan Bryan is. I just hope that's not, you know, what is going to be the summary of Dan Bryan's title reign. I really don't. Very worrisome stuff here. But it was an okay segment. It was a good segment. But I just don't like this happening at all. Then the other thing throughout the night, we continued with this Intercontinental tournament. It was the semifinals. We had a very good opening match with Wade Barrett and Sheamus. Very fucking good match. It wasn't awesome like, the crowd says now that they, over every fucking match, they decide to chant, "This is awesome." I don't know what the fuck these people are smoking. I guess it was 420 yesterday, so everybody was still had a hangover high, and they decided to chant, "This is awesome." But it wasn't awesome, but a very good opener. Very shocking ending. Wade Barrett gets a clean victory over Sheamus, and I could not be more fucking shocked and pleased at the same time. Very, very good choice by the WWE, They fucked over Wade Barrett so many times that, he's almost been an irredeemable character. You just can't save him. But if they could just keep going with this, I think this is their last chance to save Wade Barrett. Because he wasn't wrestling for a while. He was just doing this Bad News Barrett gimmick where he says, a couple lines every, 3 weeks. And they finally get him wrestling again. And now a lot of people are hot for him again. And he's very over. And he's getting a lot of, a big following behind him now. So I think this is their last chance to save Wade Barrett. And what a way to do it, by having him go over people like Rey Mysterio, Dolph Ziggler, then Sheamus. All those 3 guys 3 weeks in a row. All former champions. I mean, that's a huge fucking deal. Especially Sheamus, a Breakfast Club member, getting, I cannot stress this enough, beaten clean by a bullhammer. Clean. No shenanigans. No sneaky, swarmy heel, hijinks. Just beaten straight up fucking clean. Great shit. And, I haven't given a shit about Wade Barrett because WWE hasn't given me a reason to, but I can get behind Wade Barrett now because he's looking legit. And if they could give him a nice, meaningful Intercontinental title reign, that would be great. Get him going into maybe being a main event player down the road. So great opening match with a great finish. And then the other match was RVD versus Cesaro. And this is where, a lot of problems and a lot of, things I didn't like started coming to my mind. See, I guess it's no doubt about it now that Cesaro is now a legitimate heel. He's a heel. It's no, 50-50. You don't know if he's face or he's heel. He's heel. Let's face it, because you had Paul Heyman cutting a heel promo again, and they have a new theme for Cesaro. Cesaro comes out with a theme song, but shouldn't he have like some type of swing music theme kind of stuff, like some 40s swing music theme song to come out to an entrance theme, because he is the king of swing. It would kind of make sense. It would be kind of cool with the whole gimmick, the king of swing gimmick, to have him come out with a swing music theme style entrance, but they didn't do that. Whatever. His music does sound kind of generic, but I do like the siren from harkening back to the old Roy's War intro. That's pretty cool, but whatever. Anyway, let's talk about this whole thing with Cesaro. So this is the problem with aligning Cesaro with Paul Heyman. Is this guy obviously should be a fucking babyface. You had him building up to this whole babyface turn, throughout pre-WrestleMania, WrestleMania, and post-WrestleMania, with, him finally getting away from Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that huge reception he got the night after WrestleMania. It was obvious that the fans like Cesaro. He's been heel for God knows how fucking long, and the fans are now as hot for Cesaro as they've ever been. And it's just fucking perplexing why they choose to keep him heel. It just doesn't make sense, And at a time when finally WWE's kind of starting to get it right. The problem with WWE for these past few years has been that all the people that fans like, all the wrestlers that fans like, they've chosen to make heels, and all the wrestlers that fans don't like, they've chosen to make faces. And now it seems like WWE's finally getting right, where you have Daniel Bryan being face, The Shield being face, people that fans hate, like Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton, being heels. So it seems like they're finally getting their babyface and heels right, so it just doesn't make sense why they have Cesaro being heel when he obviously plays a much better part being face, because people want to fucking cheer for him. You know, especially with this new King of Swing gimmick. But I just don't get it. I really don't. It makes no sense. So you get Cesaro versus RVD. It was a pretty good match. Jack Swagger comes out, distracts Cesaro, and gets Cesaro counted out. So RVD advances, and it's going to be RVD versus Barrett in the finals for the Intercontinental Championship. But, yeah, see, now you're getting Cesaro versus Jack Swagger, I guess at Extreme Rules, in a heel versus heel match. Now, how much better would this match be if you had a clear-cut babyface and a clear-cut heel? You know, everybody being behind Cesaro. It'll still be a good match, but this, you know, the whole story behind it is just kind of thrown out the fucking window because you have Cesaro being heel. Why the fuck is he with Paul Heyman? I just don't understand it. It was a good moment for the night after WrestleMania, but they should have tweaked Paul Heyman's character to make him be, you know, a semi-face, semi-heel type manager, not have Cesaro be a fucking heel. Makes no sense to me. Very fucking problematic. And then you get the other big segment tonight is the whole Evolution reforming. More like regression. I think that should be their new faction name, because Evolution is, you know, a thing we're evolving to something new and improved. But, you know, these guys are past their prime. I think a much more fitting name is Regression. But anyway, let's move on. You get Evolution, and this is, I'm all for them coming back. I really am, because you have Batista and Randy Orton, especially for Batista and Randy Orton's sake, because Triple H is good in his role no matter what he does. But this is the best platform for Batista and Randy Orton to perform on, to get their best out of, because on their own, Batista and Randy Orton are just two boring motherfuckers that nobody could fucking stand. But being in Evolution, it kind of makes them interesting, and they're able to do their thing. They're able to do what they do best. And, you know, I guess their best, most interesting run was with Evolution. Now, I'm kind of, you know, getting sick and tired of the fact very fast that the WWE's booking Evolution as the greatest faction of all time. Very far fucking from it. They were always second rate to factions like DX, NWO. You know, Four Horsemen. Evolution is not anywhere near the greatest fucking faction of all time, as much as WWE tries to say they were. But they were a legitimate fucking faction. And like I said, actually gives Batista and Randy Orton something to do rather than just be two boring motherfuckers. They excel in these parts, I will admit that. It makes them interesting. I don't know. I guess Triple H, you know, had a crazy fucking 420 last night because his voice sounded like he smoked fucking 30 cartons of cigarettes or something. He just sounded fucking off. His voice was hoarse as hell. I couldn't make out what he was saying. But they showed a nice little video package of what Evolution did in the past and all that. Kind of reminded you of all the horrible days of watching to have Triple H just beat every fucking person under the sun. But a good segment here. You have Evolution come out saying they're the top dogs. You know, the Shield are just, you know, little children, and Evolution are the big daddies. And then the Shield come out. All three guys cut a good promo against Evolution saying, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to shut up and we're going to come out there, and you could either be men and try to fight us or run away like a couple of cream puffs, I think they referenced them as. And Evolution go to Shield go to confront Evolution, and the whole heel locker room from last week comes out to back up Evolution. So, you know, good segment, pretty entertaining segment. I like it. I like having Shield versus Evolution. You know, especially Shield has to go over here at Extreme Rules. This would be huge for the Shield, especially because WWE's booking and, you know, talking about Evolution as being the greatest faction of all time. You know what? I'll be fine if they call them the greatest faction of all time if the Shield goes over, because you have them being called the greatest faction of all time, and if the Shield could go over them, that does fucking wonders for the Shield, and that makes them look amazing. That legitimizes, you know, their presence in the company, and, you know, their presence in the future of the company and as future main eventers. So I think there's, you know, no doubt about it. It's a no-brainer that the Shield has to go over Evolution at Extreme Rules. Not this shit where, Shield loses the battle but they win the war. No. Have Shield be fucking dominant. First match, they win against Evolution. So yeah, good segment. And then the last segment I want to talk about tonight is the whole John Cena Bray Wyatt thing. So yeah, Bray Wyatt first cut a promo earlier in the night, and he's talking, great fucking promo from Bray Wyatt. He's talking about how more and more people are starting to be vocal and are starting to follow Bray Wyatt and starting to join the family and sing his songs and move away from John Cena. He hears it week in and week out. More people following the Wyatt family, and he gets everybody in the arena to start singing. He's got the whole world in his hands. Great promo. Then you have this whole WWE app thing where the fans can decide who John Cena's opponent is tonight. Choice number 1, I think it's just Luke Harper. Choice number 2, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Or choice number 3, the whole Wyatt family. And, this could have been an interesting fucking thing here. Especially the way they played it off. They played it off masterfully. They have John Cena come out, and Jerry Lawler says it's time to announce who the WWE Universe picked as John Cena's opponent. And it's, I think, like 53 or 58% the whole Wyatt family. And just the way John Cena acted it off was fucking great. John Cena's best acting work ever. He just had this face of disbelief and just looking around at the audience like, are you fucking kidding me? I put my life on the line for you. I'm here to entertain you. And this is how you reward me by wanting to see my head put on a fucking plate and chopped off? After all I've given you, this is what you think of me? How great would this have been to initiate a heel turn? Just the way that John Cena reacted, looking at the fans for the first time with a legit look of, what's going on here? I thought you were behind me. I thought, I was fighting for you. Finally, John Cena noticing and making reference to people not being behind him. What a great moment this would have been to initiate a heel turn coming, but of course you're not going to get that. And it was just ridiculous how the announcers were pulling this off as, well, the John Cena fans, maybe they voted for the whole Wyatt family because they have full confidence that John Cena could beat them all and they want to see him get his hands on Bray Wyatt. No, fuck you. Stop with that brainwash shit. Just acknowledge the fact that 53%, over 50% of the fans don't like John Cena. It's not this, oh, well, John Cena fans have full confidence. That's why they voted 3-on-1. No, it's because we hate John Cena that we wanted to see his ass get kicked by 3 motherfuckers. Stop it. Stop with the brainwash shit, okay? This isn't Nazi Germany. Give it up. Give it up right now. So we get the 3-on-1 match. It's just, for the most part, the Wyatt family beating down John Cena as it should be. But, and it all goes from, good to very fucking bad in a fucking flash because... So you have the Wyatts beating down John Cena, and then John Cena gets some offense in, and I could live with that, John Cena getting some offense in. But he does his 5 moves of doom to Bray Wyatt, does the attitude adjustment, goes for the cover, and then the Wyatt family beats him down and they get themselves disqualified. This motherfucker can't lose to 3 people, let alone lose clean to 1 person. He can't just straight up lose to 3 people. And I'm getting sick and tired of this shit, really. How bad, how, unbelievable would it have been if John Cena just lost clean here to the Wyatt family? I mean, it's understandable. You have 3 big fucking guys against you. You don't have a tag team partner. It's 3-on-1. I mean, it's not going to ruin the man's reputation, for God's sakes. But... Jesus Christ, he just had to, not have a clean finish here. And if you look at the record, it's going to say John Cena won by disqualification, I guess. It's just bullshit, It's just so stupid. This is reasons why people just cannot get into John Cena and just have become detached from the WWE because it's just so unrealistic. I mean, look at Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton. These guys with three of some of the biggest egos of all time on WrestleMania 30, on the biggest stage of them all of them decided to put their egos on the side, to put their egos, in the coat check room, put it away, and let Daniel Bryan have his fucking moment. They all let Daniel Bryan beat them all. Daniel Bryan beat Randy Orton, beat Batista, beat Triple H in one fucking night at WrestleMania 30. Why the fuck can't John Cena do the same? And not just to one person, but to three people. Why can't he just put his ego, backstage and let himself cleanly get beat by three people? It's not gonna ruin his fucking career. But of course the man can do it. It's just very fucking sickening. It really is. It's just so stupid. So fucking stupid. It's shit like this that just pisses me off and makes me just so fucking frustrated with the company. If this is the new era forming for the future, then John Cena just has to fucking move along. Move to the fucking side. The other Breakfast Club members are doing it. Sheamus fucking lost to Wade Barrett tonight. But John Cena just can't get in line with the rest of them. This guy is the worst of the fucking worst. He really is. There's no defending him after this shit. Especially, like I said, after all the other guys deciding to put their egos, on check and letting Dan Bryan go over. Letting Wade Barrett go over Sheamus tonight. But John Cena just can't allow it. There is no new era without John Cena stepping aside. Without John Cena putting his ego in the coat check room and leaving it alone and letting new people go over in a clean fashion. Makes me sick. Really does. And ruined the fucking show tonight. It was already kind of a not so good show, but this was just a bad fucking ending. And you have Bray Wyatt, he does Sister Abigail and holds John Cena's head and sings He's Got the Whole World in His Hands as the show goes off, but I couldn't give a fuck about that. I was just pissed about this whole John Cena bullshit. Like I said, would have been a great time to just start turning John Cena heel with, the fans, choosing to watch John Cena get his fucking head cut off by voting to have him against three people. And you have John Cena react to that for the first time, react to something. But then you can tell they're not going that way because they make it as, the fans are so confident in John Cena that they wanted to see him beat all of the Wyatt family. Fuck you. Fuck John Cena. Fuck the WWE. So there you go. There's the review for tonight's show. Kind of shitty. Very good first hour, but fell apart from there. And Extreme Rules looked a lot better 2 weeks ago. Because you had, AJ Lee versus Paige. Looked like it was going to be very good, instead now you're getting Paige versus Tamina with no fucking story, no fucking build-up. I don't even know if they've been in the same ring together. Tamina, fuck Tamina. Just going to be a stupid match now. And, Paige, she's a great fucking wrestler, she really is, but too bad she has no fucking opponents to put on a good match with. She gets Oksana tonight. Oksana sucks. She gets Alicia Fox last week. Alicia Fox sucks. And, they can't move Emma away from Santino. It's that fucking goofball motherfucker. So we can't get Paige versus Emma because Emma's too busy being a fucking retarded douchebag goofball with Santino. And then you had Jack Swagger versus Cesaro looking to be booked 2 weeks ago in a much better way where you had a babyface versus heel. Now it looks like it's going to be a heel versus heel. And then you had... It looked like it was going to be Dan Bryan and The Shield versus Evolution and Kane. Instead, you're going to get Evolution versus The Shield, which is good, but Dan Bryan versus Over the Hill, bum-ass Kane. I don't know. This isn't very, very fucking enlightening and, hopeful and making me optimistic. So there's my review, rant, whatever it is. Alright, as always, I'm Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.